Now we look at the politics of it. The Republicans have their problems, right? They can't pick a speaker. They're fighting amongst themselves. Why should they be any different than the rest of us, right? Who agrees on anything right now? But let's look at the Democratic side of the ball. This tension within largely young people, but left identifying people. Is this a problem for Biden? What does it mean for the election? What does he have to do in this moment? Is this the moment? Let's bring in James Carville. Nobody understands the game better than he. Good to have him, co-host of a really great podcast, also, by the way, Politics War Room. Very good. Good to see you, brother. First,
well, thank you.
Do you believe this is the defining situation for the upcoming election for President Joe Biden?
That what is the Israel-Hamas conflict?
Yes.
I think, well, it's not the defining one, but it's certainly one of many. And, we don't know what else is coming between now and next November. I mean, as Powell McMillan said, events, dear boy, events. And something tells me we're in the second inning here. Honestly, Chris, I think there's a lot left to go.
Jimmy Carter, late 70s, had tough economy at home, political division. Then you have the hostage problem in Iran, and he's out. How does Biden avoid the same fate?
Well, thus far, by every account that I have, he's been masterful in the way that he's conducted United States policy here. But I'll come back to this is very, very early in this game. And these young people have got to understand to have a grievance does not give you the right to, cut someone's breast off or whatever the horrible stuff we see in here. And unless we get better around the world in dealing with people's grievances, we're going to continue this. What did Gandhi say? An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth is going to leave the world toothless and blind. And I'm afraid that's the direction we're going in.
But when you say we're going in, disproportionately, these are potential voters in your party. Why would Hamas have a foothold within the Democratic Party?
Well, I don't know that they have a foothold in the Democratic Party. There's a few Democratic congressmen that are rattling off some of this, what I consider to be nonsense, but they don't have a toehold at all. The majority of the Republican Party doesn't believe that Joe Biden won the election. But 40% of them don't believe in evolution. I mean, we do have, like any political party, we have some fringe members, but they're actually a very small part of our party. And if you look through the speakership of Speaker Pelosi and under the leadership of Leader Jeffers, the party's been pretty united in terms of the positions that it's taken on the House floor. But of course, you're going to have the Detroit suburban congressional district of Rashida Tlaib doesn't look like the congressional district of Dan Goldman, to say the least. But you got to expect some of this on the fringe.
I'm talking about the polls that have young voters left-leaning, almost 50% of them saying that Hamas was justified. What do you do with that?
Yeah, young people. When I was young, I believed in stupid things too. And they have their opinions. There are people that that said that a lot of decisions were made that led us to this point. I have no idea. But whatever grievance people had, it does not remotely justify this at all. And if you want to protest or you want to write an article about Palestinian literature or Palestinian self-determination, that's totally within the purview of legitimate. When you talk about doing this, you've left the earth in terms of what you're trying to do. And I might add, just as a point of personal privilege, we have 2 carrier fleets going in the Mediterranean. The Senator Tuberville is destroying our command structure. It's almost like Hamas has infected the command structure of the United States military. And if people don't say, this is enough, get these people promoted, get them transferred, get them in the job that they're prepared to do, it's going to help Russia, and this is going to help Hamas. And this is much more destructive than going with 3 weeks without a speaker. Who cares? But you go without a command structure in place, you're done.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.